We've all heard the advice, right? Eat your greens, walk 10,000 steps, get 8 hours of sleep, and you'll live forever. It's a comforting idea. But I bet you also know a story that breaks your heart. The friend who did everything perfectly, ate purely organic, never smoked a day in their life, yet still faced a sudden, early health crisis. For a long time, science couldn't give us a straight answer as to why. We just called it bad luck. But a massive historic study led by UCLA geneticist Dr. Steve Horvath changed the game. Alongside scientists across 7 countries, they looked deep into the DNA of over 13,000 people. And what they found is a total paradigm shift. It turns out we have 2 different ages. We have our chronological age, the number of candles on your last birthday cake. And we have our biological age, the actual wear and tear on your cells. The researchers discovered that about 5% of the population inherits a genetic baseline where their internal biological clock ticks dramatically faster. This accelerated aging increases their risk of health complications by 50% at any point in time, completely independent of their lifestyle. Now, I don't share that to scare you. I share it because for the first time in human history, we finally know where the master switch of aging is located. And if we can measure it, we can learn how to turn it back. So how do scientists actually read this internal clock? It all comes down to a natural process called DNA methylation. Think of your DNA like a massive library of books. Your body reads these books to keep you healthy. But over time, aging places sticky little chemical bookmarks called methyl groups on certain pages. These bookmarks effectively turn some genes off and others on. Dr. Horvath built what we now call the epigenetic clock. By looking at these specific chemical bookmarks in a simple blood sample, this clock can calculate your exact biological age. This is incredibly exciting for the future of medicine. Historically, if a scientist developed a new anti-aging therapy, they had to wait 30 or 40 years to see if the patients actually lived longer. With the epigenetic clock, we can test a new longevity treatment and see if it's working to slow down or reverse cellular aging in just 3 years. We are rapidly moving away from reactive medicine, treating sickness after it happens, and moving toward a future of complete biological resilience. You don't have to wait for the distant future to take control of your health span, the years you spend active, vibrant, and pain-free. Think of your body like a high-performance car. You wouldn't drive it for decades without checking the dashboard lights. When you work with a forward-thinking preventive physician, there are 6 key biomarker categories you want to track to optimize your biological trajectory. First, the cardiovascular profile. We look beyond basic cholesterol to trace cellular stress and inflammation inside your blood vessels. Second, metabolic markers. This means tracking your fasting insulin and hemoglobin A1C, HbA1c. HbA1c measures your average blood sugar over the last 3 months, acting as a long-term mirror for insulin resistance. Third, the inflammatory triggers. We track things like hsCRP, a protein that spikes when your body is under systemic stress. And the neutrophil to lymphocyte ratio, NLR. NLR is a blood metric that highlights inflammaging, the hidden inflammation that accelerates aging. Fourth, aerobic capacity, VO2 max. This is a measure of the maximum oxygen your body can use during exercise. It is the single highest predictor of physical longevity. Fifth, body composition. Utilizing a non-invasive DEXA scan allows you to monitor visceral fat, the dangerous fat around your organs. And ensure you are maintaining healthy, lean muscle mass. Muscle is your organ of longevity. Sixth, hormonal balance. Tracking systemic drops in hormones like testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, and DHEA helps identify baseline cellular deficiencies. By checking these markers regularly, you can work with your doctor to build a highly customized strategy tailored precisely to your unique biology. So, what are we actually fighting at the cellular level, and what are the treatments on the horizon? First, there is telomere attrition. Telomeres are the protective plastic caps at the ends of your chromosomes. Every time your cells divide, these caps get shorter. Eventually, they get so short that the cell turns into a dormant zombie cell, scientifically known as a senescent cell. These zombie cells don't die, they just sit there secreting toxic proteins that inflame the surrounding tissue. To fight this, researchers are developing a class of compounds called senolytics, designed specifically to seek out and safely clear away these zombie cells. Next is mitochondrial dysfunction, the slow burnout of your cell's internal power plants. To combat this, supplements like NAD plus precursors such as NR and NMN are being researched to restore youthful energy and DNA repair. We're also looking closely at the brain. Because brain cells don't readily divide, they are incredibly sensitive to the buildup of toxic protein debris. Today, scientists are using tools like CRISPR gene editing to test ways to actively shift high-risk genetic variants into protective ones, or overexpress longevity genes like SIRT1 to shield our neural networks. And finally, there is partial epigenetic reprogramming. Scientists are using specific cellular switches to reset old, tired cells back to a youthful state without erasing their functional identity. This isn't science fiction, it is already being trialed for age-related vision loss. A brighter future is closer than you think. The World Health Organization notes that the proportion of the global population over 60 will double in the coming decades. This demographic shift is unprecedented in human history, highlighting why personal health resilience is no longer just a luxury. It's an absolute global necessity. Our societal infrastructure and personal lives must adapt to this new longevity reality. This means we are entering an era where extending our healthy active years isn't just a luxury, it's an absolute necessity. And the outlook is profoundly beautiful. We are moving toward a future where age truly becomes just a number. While genetics may write the baseline code of your existence, you still hold immense life-changing power over how that code is actually read and expressed. Your daily choices aren't just habits, they are molecular signals. Every single day, you are either accelerating your aging or actively slowing it down through intentional action. Your future self is being built by the decisions you make right now. Deeply intentional nutrition, consistent strength and aerobic exercise, and prioritizing restorative sleep act as your daily medicine. They actively trigger your body's innate cellular cleanup and repair pathways. You are literally rewriting your biological story. The best years of your life are not behind you. With precision medicine and the tools we have today, they are unfolding right now. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and does not constitute medical advice. Always consult with a qualified physician before starting new protocols. If you found this deep dive helpful and want to stay on the absolute cutting edge of longevity science, make sure to hit that follow button, give this video a like, and share it with someone you care about. We are building a community dedicated to evidence-based Healthspan optimization. Let's navigate the future of Healthspan together and rewrite the rules of aging. Leave a comment below. What longevity biomarker are you most curious to track? See you in the next video.